Oh, oh, check it out.
Right. Day 31, Valley Station, Kentucky. Almost into Louisville. And day 31 started off like this. You know, we're actually at the 1 month mark now, right? Because it's 31 days? I don't know. Valley Station started off great here. You know, I woke up that morning and it was like, you know, I've been clean since 2005, and it was just, I had an overwhelming sense of, you know, I was grateful to be clean, you know, and it was just, you know, it's one of those things where it's a personal thing, you know, and that's my personal story, and it gives me my strength, and I hope that everyone in the movement has something like that, something that gives them strength, whether that's religion, whether that's a social circle, whether that's their friends or their family or whatever that looks like, you know. I just hope that everyone has that sort of structure where they can fall back on when things are getting tough, you know. And I think it's really important in this movement where everyone is so closely knit, you know, and the bonds are so extreme sometimes, you know. I remember when we were on our first march, it was like we got to know each other so well because every day something new was happening that was outrageous, you know. And it happens every day, you know. It's been happening for the past 6 months, 4 months, like 5 months like that, you know. And it's, you know, I think it's really important to have that sort of crutch, you know, or net to fall back on, and you know, it's something that we learn, it's something that, you know, we're learning to do, and you know, I'm grateful for my support, you know, and the fact that they've been there clutch so many times, and I think that falls in line with our road angels, you know, and our supporters. You know, it was raining really hard in Valley Station. We were coming out of Muldrow, you know, walking through West Point, and really it was just like 4-lane highway. You know, there was really nothing there. We had our flag going. It was pouring down rain. It wasn't even pouring down. It was even worse. It was intermittent. You know, it was rain, stop, rain, stop, rain, stop. And there was one section. We're coming up to this tank or whatever, and we see like an SUV parked up there. You know, and we keep marching. It's about a quarter mile before we get to the bend. And we get to this bend where there's like a little rest area. We see this lady who's been waiting for us for like the past mile. We've been marching, you know. She asks who we are. She saw the flags. She takes a flyer. She gives us like some donation money, and she drives off. And it was just like, are you serious? You just waited like 20 minutes to ask a question, and then drive off. You know, happy, fulfilled, satisfied with the answer. You know, and I thought that's incredible. That's what it's like. That's what that support group is like. That's what supporters are like. You know, that's what America's like. You know, we are willing to wait in the rain for what we want to see. We are. She did. Thank you. Thank you to all our supporters. Thank you to all our road angels. You know, we can't do this alone. You know, just thinking about marching. Thinking about being close to people for such a long time, it takes patience, you know, and it's crazy because patience, it's hard to come by when it's it's fast paced, you know, and it's we have to, because if we don't, then it's a lack of faith in what we're doing, you know. And it's like I'm a strong proponent of being solid in faith, you know, walking out there completely convinced that what we're doing is exactly what we need to be doing. So I need to start checking myself. You know, I've been checking myself recently. Where like, if I'm getting impatient, it means I'm losing faith in what we're doing. And it's like, no, stop it. What I'm doing right now is exactly what I need to be doing. Unless it's not, and then I'll change. You know, and it's like, I think that's what's really cool about all this. It's like, we have our idiosyncrasies, we have our things that we do, yet we're still willing to go put it on the line, you know? Double down. You know? It was cool. Once we got into Valley Station, we started walking into the town. You know, we met Ronnie. Ronnie housed us, and before he was doing that, basically there was a church, and not affiliated with what we're doing at all. Yet we stopped, you know, and we started talking to them, you know, and Ronnie was watching these other guys build the door for the church ready for Easter, and he started talking all this good shit, you know what I mean? And you know, he was talking about how bullies, you know, when there's bullies, you know, they'll continue to pick on someone until they have the courage to stand up to them, you know. And it's like the U.S. government, America has been bullied up to this point. You know, I'm not going to point fingers here because we put these people into office, but we've been bullying ourselves here. Now it's time for us to stand up, you know. And it's like he was hitting on that, you know. He was poking at that, you know, because it's poking to the surface now, you know. It's like, you know, Adbusters put out that call for a laugh riot, and I think it's incredible. It's such a great idea. People are blowing it off like whatever, but I'm looking at like, have you ever been picked on? And if you have you ever laughed at the bully that was picking on you? Because there's nothing more confident, there's nothing more courageous than doing that. You know, looking someone in the eyes and laughing in full confidence, saying that it doesn't scare me. It doesn't scare us. You know, these bullies that we built up in our minds don't scare us anymore. You know, it's like it's the monster in the closet is no longer there. You know, it's not. We don't have to be scared of anything anymore. You know. And you know, he kept on dropping all this knowledge, dude, and it was amazing. Ron, another shout out to Ron, dude. Ron Terry, you're amazing, dude. You blew my mind. Just sitting there and telling us these stories after story after story after story, you know? People have to band together if we want to stand together. Duh. We have to band together if we want to stand together. Isn't that 99%? Isn't that what we mean when we say occupy? Isn't that what we mean by solidarity? We have to band together. It doesn't mean we have to be the same person. It doesn't mean we have to agree on everything. We just have to stand together. You know? And then once we stand together, we can echo whatever voice we want to voice. You know? And I think that's the beauty of it all. You know? But that just means that we have to be able to stand and band together. You know? And it's... He just kept on going. How, like, you know, it's like when you're too well taken care of, you know, it's like you lose that fight, you know, and it's like that instinct to go for more, you know, we settle. You know, it's like, that's so true, you know? It's like people right now are in a place where they were settling, and it's like, no, there's more out there, you know? And it's like, it's on us. It really is. And, you know, he finished it out with, check this out. The only thing I can change is me. Like, are you serious? Like, that needs to be in, like, a quote book, dude. The only thing I can change is me. That's exactly what we're saying in the Occupy movement. That's exactly what we're saying when we march into town. The only thing we can change is ourselves, you know? We're not, you know, we can protest all we want. We can hold signs and yell and scream and shout. And that's good. It's a good way of processing. It's a good way of getting that out. Venting. But if we really want change, we have to change ourselves, you know? And it's just, he dropped all this knowledge on us, and then afterwards, you know, we asked him if we could stay at the church for the night, you know, set up some sleeping bags and stay at the church, and he was like, no, you're gonna stay at my house, you know? What kind of man would I be if I talked all this and I didn't allow you to house you, you know? And it was just, we were blown away by the fact that Ron was so willing to stand up to what he was talking about. And I believe that there's more people like that. I believe we're all like that too. If we are met with that opportunity, I believe we'll all stand. You know? And I think that's what we're looking for, is that opportunity to get everyone to stand. Because we will. We're people of our word, you know? All I got are my words and my balls, you know, Scarface, you know? It's like, we are a people of our word here, and I feel it. I know that as long as we bring that opportunity into being, whether it be in Chicago, whether it be before Chicago, whatever that looks like, I believe we'll answer the call. You know, we have to. I've seen it too many times. I've seen ordinary people do extraordinary things time and time again on this march, and there's no way you can otherwise. I have no doubt in my mind that's what it is. I'm fully convinced. I am fully convinced in America and what we stand for. You know, it's so big. There's so much more here. I believe that we can set that example for the rest of the world. I mean, that's even just thinking higher here. It's just work on a local grassroots level, work on the nationwide level, and then work on the worldwide level, you know? And that's what we're doing here. We're raising awareness on a national level now, because Lord knows, it's like, we got the grassroots down. You know, every city from Bloomington, Indiana to Chicago has an occupation, you know, and it's something here. We're touching on something here very strong. And I think people are noticing. I know people are noticing. I'm just not sure what to make of it yet. And I'm gonna say, let's get in the thick of it here, you know? Let's be there when Woodstock happens. Not just talk about stories of how we could have gone. Let's get in there. Let's get in there dirty, you know, and let's do it. Day 31, Valley Station. Love you guys. I love doing this. Bye.
Conversate for a few, cause in a few we gon' do what we came to do. Ain't that right, boo? Forget the telly.